I know, injuries, etc. However, the Dallas Stars, although obviously a very good team in general, they had lost 6 straight games coming into this one here tonight. So you sure would have liked to find a way, even with all of the injuries that the Washington Capitals have, you sure would have loved to find a way to grab at least a point anyway. Caps lose 4-1 empty net goal at the end to the Dallas Stars. And yeah, I don't even really want to talk about the offense that was missing for the Caps in this game because they do have a ton of injuries up front. So it is obviously going to be more difficult to score right now. But what I want to talk about in this video are primarily the things, namely one thing in particular, that the Caps can still have a fair bit of control over, even with all of these injuries. And the main thing that I want to talk about that they can still have control over right now, but aren't doing, is the defensive gaps. Because let's take the first goal scored by the Dallas Stars as an example, right? It's a short-handed goal. It's a rare bad rebound given up by Logan Thompson, but also, hey, see me all the way over here? Me? All the way to you, over there, inside the camera, okay? This space right here, this represents the defensive gap given to the Dallas Stars by John Carlson. Oh, what? That's not enough room for you? If he gave them any more space, he would be in Australia. Terrible defensive gap there by John Carlson on a Capitals power play, for Pete's sake. Gives the Stars penalty killer a wide open lane to the net to just come in and fire on Logan Thompson. Could Logan Thompson have controlled this rebound a little bit better? Yeah, of course. He is also probably going to win the Vezina Trophy this season and is one of the league leaders in goals saved above expected, so I'm a little bit hesitant, you will excuse me, to put very much blame on him at all. Did he make a mistake on this goal? Yeah. Has he made very many mistakes this season at all? No. Does he also save 2 or 3 pucks that should have been surefire goals pretty much every single game that he plays? Yeah. So while it is for sure a bad rebound by Logan Thompson in this particular case, it is the defensive gap by John Carlson that I want to focus on here because Logan Thompson is not a problem, okay? Quite the opposite when we look at the season here as a whole. But the defensive gaps by the Washington Capitals recently, it's not just John Carlson, okay? I'm using John Carlson as kind of the scapegoat here, the sacrificial lamb, if you will, and kind of putting his head on a pitchfork here for this one shorthanded goal, but it is not just him. I'm just using him as an example, okay? Because he is certainly guilty of it, but as are almost all of the other defenders on the Washington Capitals as well right now. They are all doing it right now. Guys who we have not seen do it in the past at all, really, since they came to the Washington Capitals. Guys like Jacob Chychrun, bad defensive gaps lately as well. Matt Roy, known for his shutdown defense, bad defensive gaps recently as well. They are all doing it. Rasmus Sandin as well, very good defender normally. Same thing. They are all having poor defensive gaps right now, just really bad gap control by opposition teams crossing over their blue line and into their offensive zone. They are giving them so much space right now to do whatever the fuck they want, and it is resulting in goals against. So, Stars up 1-0 on the short-handed goal, and that is how the first period would end. Second period, just 2 minutes and 37 seconds in, 4-on-4 situation here. And again, it is John Carlson fishing the puck out of his own net after Sam Steele gets the backdoor tap in with John Carlson standing right next to him with his thumb up his ass, not taking the man, not taking the stick, not taking the puck, not taking anything. Easy tap in here for Sam Steele on the back door. Way too easy. It was a beautiful pass by defenseman Thomas Harley of the Stars, but still, like, what are you doing there, John? Again, I don't want to seem like I am picking on the guy because it is certainly not just him, but he just gave me a lot of really perfect examples in this game here tonight. It just so happens, did John Carlson, that these are just perfect examples, a perfect microcosm, if you will, of exactly why the Washington Capitals are losing games right now. Like I said, that could not be an easier tap in for Sam Steele on the back door. He says, thank you very much, John. Stars are up 2-0 here, and that is how the second period would end. Third period, Anthony Beauvillier and Matt Roy hook up for a turnover in their own defensive end of the ice, and Wyatt Johnston is left all alone in front here to beat Logan Thompson to put the Stars up 3-0. So this is exactly what I'm talking about here, okay? This is Anthony Beauvillier and this is Matt Roy. This is two players who are normally well known for being very, very, very good and very, very, very reliable defensively. These two guys as well are afflicted with this right now. This, I don't know what you want to call it. Like I said, bad defensive gaps and now bad turnovers here. It is just bad D-zone everything all around here right now for the Washington Capitals. And when I say D-zone, I mean in their own defensive end of the ice, like this turnover is here. And I mean coming across their own blue line as well. Basically everything right now from the center red line back to the Washington Capitals end of the ice, the end boards there, that entire 100 feet of ice right now for the Washington Capitals has become a huge, huge, huge problem. And like I said, these are two guys here hooking up for this brutal turnover here, who are normally both very good defensively. So I don't know what's going on. Wyatt Johnston, left all alone in front here, beats Logan Thompson. Stars up 3-0. Just over 2 minutes left to play in regulation here with the Caps still down 3-0. They pull Logan Thompson, pull the goaltender to get the extra attacker out there on the ice. The extra attacker is none other than Alex Ovechkin. And thank you, Ovi, for making this night not a complete waste of our time as he rips one to the back of the net here on the one-timer. Caps now trailing 3-1. That is Alex Ovechkin's 18th goal of the season already and the 915th goal of his National Hockey League career. So like I said, the night, not a complete waste of time here for Washington Capitals fans. Always good to see Alex Ovechkin on the board. But yeah, this simply cuts the Dallas Stars lead from 3-0 to 3-1 here, maybe giving the Caps a little bit of hope. They did continue to push here fairly hard to try to get this thing tied up. They could not do it. But yeah, Alex Ovechkin at least with the 915th goal of his NHL career. And like I said, his 18th goal of this season already at 40 years old. Assists on that goal to John Carlson and to Jacob Chikrin. Like I said, makes it 3-1. And then Rope Hintz for the Dallas Stars into the empty net makes it 4-1. And that would be, babes, very unfortunately here, that would be your final score. So Caps losing 4-1 on home ice here to the Dallas Stars. That's it for me for tonight. I can take no more of this for tonight. Sleep on it. Tomorrow's a new day, right? For the Washington Capitals part, their next game will be on the road against the Chicago Blackhawks. They head on the road now for a road trip, which will also be their mentors trip. A lot of the players' fathers, some brothers, I believe, as well, coming on this upcoming trip here, this road trip with the Caps. So hopefully that will give them a boost, as it has done so often in the past. They really need to get going here, injuries or not. They need to start getting some standings points in the bank here. They are starting to fall behind. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, the mentors coming along on this road trip here can give them the boost that they need, because they really need to start seeing some results here for sure. So yeah, next game, like I said, against the Blackhawks in Chicago. There are rumors that Connor Bedard may be able to return for that one after he has missed a boatload of time here with an injury. So that would be certainly a very big boost for the Chicago Blackhawks, who have been playing actually very well lately. So yeah, it might be a tough night here again for the Washington Capitals, depending if Connor Bedard can play or not. But yeah, if he can, like I said, that's going to be a huge boost emotionally for the Chicago Blackhawks in front of their home crowd. So we will see what happens. But yeah, the Caps, they really need to get going here. And I need to get going here as well. Like I said, need to get some sleep after this one. Just deep breaths, right, Caps fans? I do think it is all going to be okay at the end of the day. Like I said, so many injuries right now. They're really, really, really hurt, really injured up front, missing their entire second line right now from last season, that being Pierre-Luc Dubois, Tom Wilson, and Aliaksei Protas. So they need to start getting some healthy bodies back for sure. They played a game with 11 forwards here recently. They had to call up Brett Leeson from the Hershey Bears for last game. This one that I just talked about, they had to call up Brett Leeson from the Hershey Bears just to be able to have 12 healthy forwards. So they need to get some healthy bodies back for sure. There's really no way around that. Like, we can give them shit all we want. They are battling through a lot right now. But still, you would like to see, like, they have a slate of games here coming up, a few games in a row, that are against maybe what you would consider some weaker opponents, right? Certainly if the Blackhawks do not have Connor Bedard, if he doesn't end up returning for that game, they would certainly be looked upon as a weaker opponent, right? So like, you really need to start banking some points here as you finally get into a little bit of an easier portion of your schedule here after you had one of the toughest strength of schedules through the first several months of the season here, which the Caps did pretty well through, right? Like I said, with all of these big injuries that they've had, they've done pretty good here to put themselves in a pretty okay spot, standings wise, through the toughest portion of their schedule and missing really key players, right? So they've done pretty okay up to this point to put themselves in a pretty okay position. But now, as you come into a little bit of, like I said, an easier portion of your schedule, they need to start banking some points, injuries or not, find a way to get it done. We will see if they can get it done starting in Chicago against the Blackhawks for their next game. So babes, thank you all so much for watching. As usual, appreciate all of you so much. If you enjoyed this video, click on that like button down below. If you really enjoyed the video, click on that subscribe button if you have not already done so. If you have already done so, if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. And in lieu of subscribing, like I said, if you've already done that, share us around with, a friend, a family member, coworker, whoever it may be. Any fellow Caps fan that you can think of, spread the word, let them know that we are here doing these post-game reaction videos after every Washington Capitals game. And I appreciate that so much. The channel's growing right now and really has been all season. So that's really exciting for me to see. I put a lot of work into this and it's so much fun to do. And the more people that we have here, the more fun it becomes, right? Because the conversation just gets even better. You guys always coming in hot to the comment section with some really great insights on the team. So keep those comments coming. I love reading those, seriously. You guys, like I said, have some really great insights. So drop me your comments down below as well. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Again, as always, babes, as always, another tough one here tonight. But we sign off this way every game, right? No matter the result, win or loss. As always, baby, let's go Caps.